Men, you must listen to your wife. Now, I'm gonna do a quick video on this topic. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. My wife sent me her Instagram reels. I forgot exactly how it went. Actually, let me look at it real quick. Okay, it goes, a good relationship is when your wife is by your side during the bad times to tell you that none of this would have happened if you had just listened to her. Now, we were laughing about this, and it's a funny little reel she sent me, but there's a lot of truth to this. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. Most of the time, I wish I would have listened to my wife a lot more than I ever did. And I've said it many times, and I'll say it right now. My wife is always right, from people that she tells me to watch out for, don't hang with anymore, who's a fraud, whatever, right? And it's not like she sits there and just gossips about people, but, she has that woman instinct. And man, I'd be a fool to not take heed to what my wife tells me or the advice she gives me, because she honestly is a person that, I married, and the person that looks after my best interests, compared to everybody else that I may know. So doing or starting multiple businesses, she's always been like my dream crusher. I'll joke around and say, babe, you always just pop my bubble when I have ideas about making new ventures or businesses or investments, right? And to be honest, I think I heard Dave Ramsey say this, but that's good though. That's good to have somebody that's going to probably pop your bubble, because someone that's with the entrepreneur mindset and that's spirit of being an entrepreneur, we're always going to have ideas. We'll be throughout the day thinking about different ways to, generate revenue and just to make stuff happen, right? And if you sit there and just let us go off with all these ideas, sooner or later, it's gonna be too much. And it's good to have somebody reel us back in there and tell us, hey, that's maybe not a good idea, or, from my perspective, something ain't right here, right? So I said, say this, my wife is the person that I trust the most in my life. And I kid you not, every time I do make a mistake or something happens, I'm thinking, man, I should have listened to my wife, even though I usually do, right? But of course, I'm the man in the house, and I'll wear the pants. But the point is, at the end of the day, the decision is mine, whatever I'm going to make, right? But taking advice or counsel from my wife is actually a very good thing to do in my case. And I recommend men to do the same thing if possible. Now, if you got a godly woman, listen to her. If you got one that don't listen, or someone that's ratchet or whatever, how you want to call it, do what you do. But like I said, men with good women that have their head on their shoulders correctly, good wives, amen, we should take heed to them, because more often than not, I think when you do that, you end up coming out ahead, and you end up, not making certain mistakes that you could have made if you wouldn't have listened to your wife. And same thing with women, listen to your husbands, amen. But again, I'm the man, I'm a husband, and I'm speaking about listening to my wife. And that's why I made this video, because I think a lot of us would do better in life if we actually took counsel and advice from our rib, amen. And like I said, many situations, many times, my wife has picked out the snakes in my life. She's picked out or told me about bad business decisions I made, or I would have made in life. Usually every time, if not all the time, my wife is right at all times. And it's actually come to be like a little joke of ours that she's always right, and she usually is, y'all, for real. Like, she's probably batting, probably 95, 98 percentile on being correct with her judgment and her analysis of the whole situation at hand, right? So anyways, I just want to make this quick video to anybody out there, any men that are struggling, with just making decisions in life, especially if you're a Christian, a hardworking man such as myself. If you have a good, God-fearing woman, my best advice to you would be this: take heed and take counsel from your wife more often than not, because if you got a good woman, she's not looking to snake you. She's not looking to do you wrong. If anything, she's looking out for your best interest in totality, right? In the end, it's going to be just you and your wife. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be. And I pray to God, that's how it is for most of us, right? We end up happily married, riding off in the sunset with our significant other, our spouses, and we live a good, long life, God willingly. Amen. So again, I just want to make this quick video to say that, I appreciate my wife, and I actually think I would have had less headaches in life if I would have took heed and counsel from her. And a lot of times I didn't. And I actually regretted a lot of times, not listening to her and her advice she would give me. And of course, I'm like a regular man. You got to tell me 100 times, nail it into my dome, something, right? Advice or whatever, right? Somebody might even tell me something and my wife be like, I done told you that 100 times. I'm like, yeah, well, I needed to hear it 101 times, right? But I would have solved a lot. I would have saved a lot of time and problems and a headache if I would have listened to my wife the first time. And now as I'm growing older in my marriage and I'm realizing that she's all I got and she's the most important thing to me, you know, besides my kids, right? I need to take more advice and counsel from her, and I need to take heed when she speaks and when she tells me what her opinion is, because like I said, she's usually right. So men out there, if you have a good woman, a godly woman, man, listen to your woman, because for the most part, she's gonna want to do for your best interest, and you know it's right. And you know, for the most part, you know, sometimes we make mistakes and make the wrong decisions, and we got to man up and be honest with ourselves. If we were to take counsel from our wives more often than not, we will be in better situations and we wouldn't be in too many predicaments nonetheless, right? So anyways, I want you to drop this quick video about this subject. Thank you for watching. And again, men, take heed to your wives and love them with all you got. Amen. I'm out here. Later.